If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 142 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start with an extremely important game actually, the final group game in the Europa League, and as you can see from the table on your screen, we're playing the side that are in second. A win is what we need to go through. Win and we're through, lose and we're out. In fact, draw and we're out of the Europa League. So we need a maximum 3 points to ensure our passage through to the knockout rounds of this competition. Starting strong side, obviously we're still missing Callum Wilson. He's going to be out for another 4 to 5 months. I think he's still got left from his ACL tear, unfortunately. But they're similar side to the one that they played against us last time around. If you cast your mind back, actually Stade Rennes were the first side we played in the Europa League. They were in the no, that's a lie. We played Madeira in our first game and got a 2-0 win. We played Stade Rennes in the second game, picked up a 2-2 draw. It was our first away game in the Europa League. We picked up a 2-2 draw, so I knew that we could score goals against them. I also knew that we had a tendency to concede against them as well, but we got off to a decent start actually, opening 9 minutes or so. As you can see, Jürgen Horn giving away a penalty, getting himself a yellow card. Pretty clear penalty as well. Takelo Ranti just burst past him and he slides between man and ball. Not the best of challenges, to be completely honest, and we'll take a penalty, as Georgiev has the best penalty taking stats of everybody in this particular starting 11 and smashed it into the top right corner to give us a 1-0 lead. I was very happy with that. I was quite comfortable to sit on that 1-0 lead for the rest of the game if I needed to make sure we could get through to the next round of the competition. Obviously, you get a transfer budget boost when you finish the group stage of the Europa League and the Champions League, but I think you get more if you qualify. Obviously, you do get some amount of budget boost or prize money for competing in the competition at the group stage phase anyway, but I think you get 10 million in the Champions League for getting out of the group and 2 million in the Europa League for getting out of the group, and I'm not sure what it is if you fail to get out of the group, because as far as I can remember, I've never failed to get out of the group stage of a European competition, although I may actually have failed to get out of the group stage in the Champions League with Atletico Madrid earlier on in the year, but I think they sacked me because of that before I was able to find out how much prize money I got. So I'm not sure how much we'd get if we draw this game or lose it and end up going out of the competition. As you can see, we are now drawing thanks to them getting an equaliser there on the very stroke of half-time. I'm so disappointed to have conceded there. Georgiev, though, gets through and restores our lead 10 minutes into the second half, and then again, quite comfortable to sit on that lead. I want the £2 million for advancing because the transfer window is just round the corner and we really could desperately do with that money. And obviously, we want to go through to the next round of this competition as well anyway. So, fingers crossed we can do so. We are holding out so far. As you can see, we're in the last few moments again. And a terrible, terrible first touch from one of the midfielders there. But a brilliant save by Hutchinson. I have criticised him openly this season for not being as good at his near post from narrow angles as perhaps he could do, or could be, but there makes a vital save to ensure that we do get the victory and we are through to the knockout stages of the Europa League. But we needed a goalkeeper to be on hand to make a couple of very good saves in that game to ensure that we were able to do so. So delighted with that, and we will get 1.997 million added to our transfer budget. And I'll probably actually transfer that over to the wage budget and look for some pre-contract players, because I don't think we've got enough to be able to actually afford to bring someone in that's sort of good enough quality to actually improve the squad. But of course, we'll have a look at that in the transfer targets video tomorrow, and we'll evaluate the situation as we stand then. But we've got to get there first, and standing in our way are Everton. Obviously 2 games left, having to start a 4-5-1 for this one because they've only got one striker that is actually fit. Obviously, Georgiev and Ranti are now tired after playing against Stade Rennes, and Everton are an extremely strong side. Are trying to fill the midfield because I don't really fancy playing Adarabio as striker again in this one, or Vidio, who we played as striker against Liverpool, I think it was. I felt more comfortable with 5 in midfield, trying to just dominate the midfield and then catch them on the counter-attack. We've got the pace of Toko in the starting lineup, so he could perhaps push forward like he did there and overlap Casada to try and offer him some support going forward. Gruezo's going to slot through Fabian Casada here. Gets a good turn in on Dominguez. Obviously, we've got their former best centre-back, John Stones, in our squad now, and he's actually grown a little bit since we've signed him as well. Obviously, obviously on Monday we'll have a usual squad report so you can see that firsthand. But Ross Barkley comes close to equalising for them after Cassidy had given us the 1-0 lead by hitting the base of the post. As you can see, all the away supporters there, Cambridge United fans, just rammed into that corner, kind of a yellow barrier between the blue of all the home fans on either side, but they were able to equalise, unfortunately. It's Forrester, I think is it Harry Forrester? I'm not sure what his first name is, but I think he's a former youth player. Oh no, it's B Forrester. I don't know who it is, and I was thinking of Harry Forrester, who used to be at Brentford. I'm not too sure who B Forrester is. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section down below. But that goal came in the stoppage time at the end of the first half, and that was all that happened in that game. The second half was completely dead for some reason. Don't really understand why, but we were able to hold out for the 1-1 draw. I was just really disappointed that we weren't able to go and get a winner in that one, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. So we'll try and get a winner in this one instead. We're playing Crystal Palace at home again. Ranty and Georgiev back into the starting lineup after a decent rest. Actually, there was about 10 days break between the Everton and the Palace games, which was very, very welcome indeed, because the squad was starting to get quite tired. They've got a good side though. They've got Roberto in goal with Dwight Gale up top. Yannick Bolasie still in their starting lineup. Hasn't been sold this far into a transfer save. This far into a career mode save. Obviously this is season 6 now, but Georgiev is going to get us off to a brilliant start, going 1-0 up early on again, although it's the 24th minute, so I don't suppose it's that early, but still we are taking the lead. So I was hoping to again build on that and not let the opposition peg me back like we have had in the game against Stade Rennes and the game against Everton. But they're going to cross the ball in here. Ashley Williams is the centre back from Swansea. I don't know which Williams it is, but Williams goes up and scores the header. Unfortunately the goalkeeper caught himself in no man's land there, which we've mentioned before seems to happen quite often with players when they have the ball crossed in like that. The goalkeeper comes, they head it over the top of him, and it's a goal every time. Trying to mark Yannick Bolasie as best I could there, but we were able to turn him back and not let him get the cross in, but then he spun around and got the cross in anyway, found the man in the middle. Keeper got something on it, and I thought for a moment it was going to deflect over the bar. Sadly, it didn't. Found its way into the back of the net. So not only were we pegged back to 1-1, but they then instantly went 2-1 in front. And then we instantly brought it back to 2-2 with a fantastic goal from Takelo Ranty. I'll show you the replay, at least one of the angles from behind, because this ball moves like you've never seen. He hits it pretty central, and it just sways all the way up to the top right corner. Look at that. Incredible movement on the ball. Goalkeeper absolutely no chance. The swaz on that was incredible. So that's 2-2. And now we've got to try and push for a winner again. We weren't able to find one against Everton, but we were able to find one against Reims. So it could go either way. Georgiev gets through here. And after I had that shot, I thought to myself, I should have just sweat it and passed it to Takelo Ranty, put it into an empty net. I was so angry at myself for not seeing that. I got kind of tunnel vision with Georgiev there. Ranty goes on a good run here, though, but Roberto makes a good save to keep it out. And that was how the game was going to end. So a win in the Europa League to get us through to the knockout stages, but again, draws in the Barclays Premier League. So frustrating, but we will build on it. As you can see, we're 11th right now, which is around about where we finished in our first season in the BPL. We finished 10th in the first year, obviously 5th in the second, but now with all of the extra fixture congestion, we are having a little bit of a struggle this third season in the Barclays Premier League, which is stereotypically what you see in real life. Teams that do well, qualify for Europe, and then with all of the extra fixtures, actually struggle the next season. So it is realistic for us to be doing what we're doing right now, but hopefully we can improve. Actually, Aston Villa have drawn even more games than us. We've both lost 5 or 6 games, but they've drawn 11 and we've drawn 8. So we have won 5, which is okay, but after 19 games, I would like to have won a little bit more than that. We are only 3 or 4 or 5 points off West Brom in 7th, so you know, a good little run of 2 or 3 games, we could find ourselves pushing towards the European spots again. But there is a little bit of a jump there, as you can see, from 7th to 5th of about 6 points or so. So the European spots are a little way away, but getting up close to them isn't that far away. So fingers crossed. After tomorrow's transfer targets video, if we can have a really good, strong January with you know, the break in the Europa League between the group stage and the knockout stages, then fingers crossed we might be able to get ourselves further up towards the top of the table. But we'll have to wait and see. That is going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. There will be a stream later on tonight over on Twitch, so follow the link in the description to my Twitch channel, and follow me on Twitter as well if you don't already. And obviously there will have been a My Player uploaded earlier on this afternoon, so check that out on the channel if you missed it as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. We'll have a transfer targets video tomorrow, and I'll see you next time.